Alright lads, when we left off last as Edric, I was planning to take these out. Thinking about taking these out to make the deck run more effectively. Actually, I wasn't planning on taking this out, but I am now, and I'll explain that in a moment. So, one of the problems I have is hitting my colors. So, I thought I would take out Reflecting Pool because it doesn't give me color, it only gives me what I have. Alchemist's Refuge because it doesn't give me color, but it lets me cast things with flash, which is pretty damn cool. Hochemacht, which saves my creatures from being exiled by sacrificing them myself instead. Ancient Tomb, which gives me 2 colorless mana but hurts me. And the deck doesn't have a lot of life gain, so maybe hurting myself is not a good idea. And Ghost Quarter. I had this in here for dealing with other lands, but I never use it. I'm the one that plays all the bullshit lands, according to the genie. So, probably take this out. Right. So, to replace them, I thought I would just slide in Fabled Passage, so it'll give me the color I'm missing, a forest, and an island, just basics. But then thinking about it, so... Okay, Ghost Quarter, that can come out. I don't need it. Ancient Tomb, that can come out because this isn't really the deck that needs it. Reflecting Pool, I'm kind of torn on because it will give me a second color if I need it in a pinch, but it's probably better to have the color in the first place. Decided to leave in Alchemist's Refuge because sometimes I will get into a position where I will be able to cast things with flash. I will have the mana available, so why not? Keep that in. High Market, same thing. Somebody's going to exile my creatures rather than wasting a counter spell. If the creature doesn't matter, but I want it later, I can just send it to the High Market instead. The deck does not have a lot of recursion, and I'm planning to take one of the recursion pieces it does have out. So there is that. That is something I have to think about. So, High Market, Alchemist's Refuge, stay. Ancient Tomb, Reflecting Pool, and Ghost Quarter come out in favor of just a basic island, just a basic forest, and Fabled Passage. Now, given that this only really is good if I have 4 lands, maybe I should put keep the Reflecting Pool in favor of it, but I'm going to see how it works. Right. So the other cards I was thinking of taking out are Lotus Cobra. I don't have a lot of landfall. I've got some, but not a lot. And yes, this guy is cheap. Yes, he is unblockable as long as Tetsuo Ozaka or Sun Quan, Lord of Wu, is in play. But I'm not really sure he's worth a slot. Trigon Predator, he just doesn't get through anymore. He's 2/3, so unless I have Horsemanship or the new card that's going to give my creatures unblockable, God willing, or they don't have any flyers, he's just not getting through. A lot of cards have random reach now. So, I mean, squirrels, they randomly reach up and grab flyers. So he's not the beast he used to be. So I'm taking him out. Pestromite. So it comes into play, may tap or untap target permanent. Maybe I should leave that in. Sword of Temptation comes into play. I get control of target creature as long as it's in play. That's pretty damn good. I have to admit that's good, but it does cost 4. And I'm going to be putting in something else that I think will be more reliable in this slot. Credit Rider, same thing. He just doesn't work as hard as he used to. It could be this is just the wrong deck for him. It could be that I just need to put this more of a controlling shell. Maybe I should put him in Azami, Tribe of Wizards. He's not a wizard, so he doesn't fit that theme. But here, he doesn't quite get there anymore. He doesn't quite do anything. I love the card. I have fond memories of the card, but it just doesn't do it. Genesis. For him to be good, he has to be in the graveyard. The problem is getting him in the graveyard, because my opponents pretty quickly realize that they don't want to kill him. And they either block something that he can't, that won't kill him, or they attack. And when I blocked it, it doesn't seem to work. And there's only one card in the deck, and he costs 5 and he's a 4/4, so he doesn't fit the other themes. Delicus Deceiver. Okay, he's got Shadow, but he costs 4. I can sacrifice him to gain control of a creature, but I don't have much recursion, so it's kind of a one-shot. And like I said, I'm putting in something else in the deck I think will fit the bill better. Looter Il-Kor. Okay, he's unblockable. Hardly anybody plays Shadow, so he's basically unblockable. I don't really like discarding a card, though. I mean, it's great if I pull Genesis and I draw a card, then discard Genesis, but without the recursion, I just don't want to do it as much. So I'm planning to take him out. And Survival of the Fittest. If this deck works, if Edric works, I am just drawing cards. I am just hoovering them up. So to toss a creature and go find another creature, I really don't need to do that, because I should be hoovering up enough creatures to get through, do what I want to do. And there's only a few key creatures that I would want to search for anyway, and most of them have multiple bodies that do it. So I don't really need Survival of the Fittest. I want to put in something a bit more martial. So I'm planning to take that out. What I'm going to replace them with. Okay, Equilibrium. Costs 3, enchantment. Whenever I cast a creature spell successfully, so basically when a creature comes into play. When a creature I control comes into play, I can pay 1 to bounce a creature back to its owner's hand. So I can bounce my own creatures and get another enter the battlefield trigger out of them by casting them again. I can bounce my opponent's creatures, so they're not a problem for me immediately. And with all the small creatures, all the cheap creatures, I should be able to do this pretty reliably. I mean, most of my creatures cost 2, 3. So if I mentally bump that up to most of my creatures costing 3 and 4, and it comes with the free boomerang, a free unsummon, then that's pretty good. So Equilibrium is going in. I pulled this out of a pack of foundations and didn't think anything of it much, but taking another look at it, so instantly I get 2 blue fairy tokens, and I can tap a creature an opponent controls. So if they're attacking me, I can tap down the attacker. Well, when they declare the combat phase, if I think they're going to attack me, I can tap down the potential attacker. And I get 2 creatures from my trouble, creatures that are relevant for Spellstructure Sprite. So I'm planning to put that in. Aetherize. One of the problems with having a deck full of small creatures is blocking, is defending yourself. Because you've got a bunch of small creatures, and here comes a bunch of 4/4, 5/5s, 20/20 motherfuckers coming to rip you open. And all your small creatures like, we want to block a boss, but we're kind of tiny, we're going to get our ass kicked. And you say, that's alright, my beautiful minions. I'm going to Aetherize and send all those ugly bastards back to their owner's hand. Padow! So, kind of a fog. I think it should work. Brazen Borrower. Bounce a non-land permanent back to its owner's hand, and then I can instantly flash him into play as a 3/1 flyer. I mean, probably everybody on the channel knows Brazen Borrower better than I do. I mentally picture that most of you have been playing Standard or Modern for the past few years, and you're well acquainted with this card, and you either hate it or you love it. Okay, Arachnogenesis. Alright. Boss, we're being attacked by a bunch of big ugly bastards. Okay, I'll make spider fog. Make a bunch of spiders. So I've got a bunch of small creatures that if Tetsuko is out, or Sun Quan is out, are going to be unblockable next turn. And let me draw a lot of cards. And I don't take any damage from unblocked creatures. In fact, I could just have the spiders block certain things, and they can kill them. Create X 1/2 green spider creature tokens reach, where X is the number of creatures attacking you. So if they're attacking me with enough creatures to make this interesting, I can cobble together a platoon of spiders to block anything I really want to kill, and hopefully they're enough to kill it. The other things won't die, but they won't hurt me either. So there's that. Scoot Swarm. I need creatures. I need a lot of creatures. I want to go wide in this deck, right? So even though I don't have a lot of landfall, as I said just a moment ago, I do have a little bit. And if I'm drawing cards and I have an exploration, if I have burgeoning, I can put more lands into play and get more either Scoot Bugs or Scoot Swarm itself and go wide and draw cards and smash. So I'll see if this works. Champion of Lamholt. This was in Saskia. If you watched the Saskia video yesterday, you know I took her out and I was looking at her. Okay, because Saskia is not going to cast that many creatures a turn, is not going to cast that many creatures overall. Most of her creatures are 4, 5, 6. Edric, being that most of the creatures are 1, 2, 3, and I have a learn in the deck so I can cast them for free, she can get really big really fast. And Scoot Swarm says whenever another creature enters the battlefield under control. She doesn't care what kind of creature it is. She doesn't care where it came from. She doesn't give a shit. All she cares about is it came into play under my control. So if I Arachnogenesis for 8, she's getting 8 counters. So that means anything with power 8 or less can't block my stuff. Take it. So I think she'll work out. This is the new card I picked up. He's dirt cheap. He's not worth a damn thing financially. I think he was 35 crowns, which is €1.10 or something. So it comes down turn 1, and he's a 2/2. So he doesn't go with the toughness or power 1 thing with Tetsuo Gonzala. But beginning of my upkeep, I can bounce another creature control to my hand, and if I do, he gets bigger. Otherwise, I may bounce him. I don't have to. Roaring Premodox, the other card kind of like this, says, oh no, on your upkeep, pick up a goddamn creature. There is no may. You will do it. Even if it's me, you're going to pick up a creature. Got it? He's like, yeah, if you want to pick up a creature, that's cool with me. If you want to pick up me, that's cool with me. If you don't want to pick up nothing, I'll just stay here and be cool. And get ready to shove this fork up somebody's nose. So, why not? Give him a try. And heroic intervention. Because I need more protection. Like I said, small creatures. Small creatures and things coming at me. So let's take a look and see what exactly I'm doing to myself. Let's look at creatures versus spells and make sure that they kind of match. So I'm putting in 4 creatures. 2 things that make creatures. But 4 creatures, full stop. I'm taking out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 creatures. Are all these creatures? Shit. 2, 4, 7 creatures. And then Pestermite I need to think about. Pestermite, I'm still on the fence. If I don't put in Pestermite, then I need to not put in something that, sorry, if I don't take out Pestermite, I need to not put in something I'm thinking of. So that's still on the fence. Wow, okay, so I'm losing 7 creatures. It's going to hurt harder than I thought, but I'll give it a try. See if it works. Alright, so a couple hours I'll go to the pub, I'll play Edric. That's all I've got for him. Let's open today's pack. Let's see what I got. Maybe something good today. I got a kitty cat. Double kitty cat. I got a double kitty cat. I got a Strix Lookout. Okay. Stab, Incinerating Blast, Giant Growth, Kitty Cat, makes a little kitty cat. What is this special? 4 for 3/4 with Menace. Threshold, who cares? Holding Wells. Huh. 3 other creatures total flying at +1/+1. Okay, I used to have a flight deck. I used to have a blue, green, white Bant bird deck. All the creatures were birds, except for a couple utility creatures. And the theme was almost all the creatures had flying. Now the commander, I can't remember his name offhand, but it's a commander that nobody likes, and they always assume the worst because you could spend 3 and cast it from the command zone. So it normally costs 1 blue, green, white, or you can spend blue, green, white and just play it from the command zone, which is pretty fucked up. And whenever it or another creature you control hits an opponent, you get to untap something, I think it was. Anyway, because it's such a bastard combo enabler, that's what everybody thought. But my build was birds. It was a flight deck. Cephalid Ink Page. 3. I don't care. I don't care. Oh, a little puppy. That's an ugly dog. So he's flash, you turn up to 1 year. Preposterous proportions. 7 creatures go get +10/+10 and vigilance and ooh. Now that would be interesting in Edric, except it's a sorcery. So that severely diminishes the appeal to me. And I got a fleeting flight. 1, put a counter creature, gets flying, fertile damage. Okay. Yeah, and a plane. Oh, that's pretty. So that's pretty underwhelming. That was not a very exciting pack. Oh well.